folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing the November-December turn 1939. Last turn we saw the fall of Paris. Don't know exactly what that's going to do, but I'm going to figure it out as we go. There was really like one good turn in that whole turn, and then the weather went bad. And that was pretty much it. Once the weather went, there was not really a whole lot happened except some units moved around. That was about all. So, without further delay, let's get right into the turn. Don't know how far we'll get. We might actually get two turns on this video, depending on the weather. If the weather goes really bad, the turn goes quick because there really is not anything that happens on the maps. So let's start out with major power starting money. Okay, we have Germany at -4, Japan at -2, Italy at -4, USSR at -1, the Commonwealth at -13. They did spend like a drunken sailor last turn during production. The French are at -2, the USA is at -2, and China is at -1. Okay, the major powers have put their bids in. Let's go take a look at the initiative track, see how it's going to turn out. So we have Germany bidding 3. They're going to bid for 2 political options. The USSR bid 1 and France bid 1. So the USSR bid 1, they get a +3. For their third place position, which gives them a 4. Germany bid 3, they get a +3. For the second place position, which gives them a 6, however that's divided by 2 because they're trying for 2 options, so that's a 3. France bid 1, they get +2 for their fourth place position, and they get 4 bonus bid points because they didn't get to exercise a political option last turn. If I can get the counter, there we go. They're in the fourth position. So that gives them a total of 7. So the French will be first with 7. The Russians will be second with 4. And the Germans will be third with 6, but divided by 2 is 3. So the non-bidding major powers, we have the Commonwealth at 4. I'm going to put them in 4th. We have Italy at 2. That'll put them at 5th. We have Japan and the US both at +1, but that's going to be broken by the, there we go, by the political effectiveness. The Japanese are at 4 and the US is at 2. So Japan will win that tie. US will be 7th and China will be 8th. Last card is on France. Now let's go see what the French want to do. So France is paying for her aligning of Belgium. This is a political option that she has to select because she reactively aligned Belgium when the Germans went to war with the Commonwealth and France went to war. And anyways, they have to select this option before they select any other option. So part of this is just basically nothing happens. It's already been paid for. The markers have already all been put out. So all France has to do is activate a minor, which I think they're going to activate Poland. This should be pretty interesting. So let's collect the markers. Head over to the status display. I got some German units I forgot to flip back over. And see how this is going to work out. Okay, we have, let's see, I can put the markers. All right, let's see, we have a Commonwealth +4. There's a Polish marker right there. The Commonwealth +4. We have a Soviet -5, we have a German -6, and we have a French +1. Now the French are not going to do anything, so We'll just activate that, and that'll, actually, let me look at the modifiers. Poland does have a treaty with France, but Poland also has a treaty with Germany, so it's not going to do anything. So that's that. All right. Now, let's activate, I think, the Soviet one. Let's see what that's going to do. So, Poland has a treaty with both France and Germany, so it's going to cost an extra point. The Polish mark is going to move this way, off in this direction. That a little bit better. All right, there we go. That's better. All right, so the Polish marker is going to move off in this line of hexes. It's almost directly on the same row of hexes as the Soviet marker. It's only one hex below it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. So it's going to cost an extra point to move here because it's moving further away from the French marker, which is just off screen, just behind this hex right here. And the German, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's the same. So it's going to cost 3 points to move it here. Now it's going to cost another point to move it here on top of the 2. It's going to cost 3 also to move it into this hex. So there's not enough points left. There's only 2 points left, so those 2 points are lost. Now we got 4 Commonwealth and -6 German. I think no matter what I do, it's going to cost 3 points per hex to move this marker. So, because it's going to be moving away from the German marker, which is off screen in this direction, to the Polish marker. So it's going to be a +1 per hex until we get into the Democrat ideology. So it's going to go 3, 6, 6. Let's go there instead. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And we'll use up those 6. And now we got 4 Commonwealth. And I got these backwards. They should be like this, okay? Again, it's going to cost an extra point. Okay, so it's going to cost 3 points to move here. And that uses up the last of that for the Commonwealth. Okay, so that's the end of the French turn. The French don't need to roll a die because there are now 4 to 6 ideologies at war, 4 to 6 major powers at war, excuse me. That gives a +1 to the die during the political phase, and there's only one political option that's been exercised, so, but it's not a previous political option, so it's going to be a +1, so the lowest the die can be is a 2, takes 1 to end the political phase, so we'll just move on to the Soviets. Okay, so we'll be back in a second with that. So the Soviets are going to be doing a political option, No Mohanan event, the one that they did reactionary a couple turns ago for the border war with Japan and Manchuria. They do get to activate a minor for that. The cost has all been paid. The minor influence has all been allocated. So what they're going to do is they're going to activate Turkey. So we'll get the markers. Go over to the status display. There's actually a Soviet -2 in this country. But we're gonna explain the reasoning that the Soviets have for this. As you can see here on the status display, Turkey's marker is right here. And it's pretty close to Germany. Now the Soviets, the last thing they want is the Germans getting a hold of Turkey. Okay? So they pretty much will do anything they can to try to prevent that from happening. Well, here is the markers. There's 5 of them. Okay, let's see. Got a better picture of that. zoom in a little bit. There we go. You can see that good now. Okay, so the German marker is just off board here, 3 hexes away. There are no treaties with Turkey. Okay, the Germans do have a minor economic agreement with Turkey, but that's all. So we have a -2 Soviet, -6 Commonwealth, -1 Italian, -1 French, and a 1 German. So we're gonna activate the German one first. And it's no effect. It costs 2 to move into the fascist ideology, +1 for crossing a boundary. And we got -1 for the French. Again, that's not going to do anything. It costs 2 per hex. -1 for the Italians. Not going to do anything. Costs 2 per hex. Now, we're going to activate the -2 Soviet. Now, that's going to drive the marker into the fascist ideology. However, again, it costs 2 per hex and 1 to cross a boundary, so it's 3 points. So 2 minus 2 is not going to do anything, which is what the Soviets actually want. Now we got a -6 Commonwealth. Here's the Soviets are using the Commonwealth's negative influence to their own advantage. That's going to drive Turkey this way, down along the border of the fascist ideology. It's going to go 2, 4, 6. So instead of being 3 hexes from Germany, now it's 4. The Soviets are very happy with that. Very happy with that. The last thing the Soviets do is they roll a die. See if they end the political phase. A 1 will do it. There's been 1 previous political option played. However, there's a +1 to the die. Well, 9. This die right here, it seems to like to roll 9s. I don't know what it is about it, but it seems to come up 9 an awful lot. Might have to get a new die. Okay, so we move the last card marker down 1 to Germany. Germany has 2 political options they want to play. So we'll be right back with the first. Germany is going to play French option 5, surrender. This is part of the optional rule package that I'm using. Forcing Vichy France. While Paris is enemy controlled, that major power may install Vichy France. They do this by playing FR5. Installing major power pays the cost of FR5, but the rest of the effects are as if France had played it. France's go is skipped for the remainder of the political step. They already went to begin with, so it doesn't matter too much. There will be no minor that is activated. So I'll dig out the rules for setting up Vichy France and see what that says. So all our allies and guaranteed minors are going to get a -4. All other minors are going to get a -2. And U.S. entry is going to be -8. So I'll get all that recorded and I'll be right back. See if Germany ends the political step, and if not, then we'll go on to Germany's second political option. Okay, so I did all the Vichy French stuff I think I was supposed to do. So basically, what you see in Vichy France, it's right here. This is Vichy France, okay? This is what they have left for units. It's like half get destroyed. I don't know what to do with the convoy points. I think they get divided between Vichy. Actually, I think they all Vichy, because all the Navy went Vichy. So I think all the convoy points are Vichy right now. As far as Free French go, French West Africa went Free French, so Dakar is Free French. There's a resource there. French Equatorial Africa went Free French. Syria went Free French. I think that was it. Everything else went Vichy, including Polynesia, which contains New Caledonia. So that is Vichy. That's, if the Japanese get a hold of that, that could be real problems for the Australians. I don't know what's going to happen out there. Probably going to be some political stuff going on, I would say. But yeah, that was interesting rolling. So the last thing that Germany has to do is roll to see if they end the political phase. 2 options have been played. So it'll be a -1 to the die. Rolled a 4. So the political phase will continue. Germany will get to do her second option. And her second option is going to be minor joins in. Okay? Okay, this is going to be for Romania. Romania is already stacked with Germany and has an alliance with Germany, so Romania will enter the war. I will do the U.S. entry, which is going to be 2 times the treaty chart, and put out all the treaty chart markers and increase negatives by -1. And I'll be right back with Germany activating a minor. Okay, so the last thing that Germany gets to do is activate a minor. I think we're going to activate Chile. Now, this is going to get a little funky. Let's grab the markers, because Germany really doesn't want to align Chile. It's out of the way, can't really support it. Let's come over here. So we're going to have to do some funky stuff, I think, with this. So here's a Chile marker. Let's see what we got. We got a -2 for the Commonwealth. We got a 1 for the U.S. We got 5 for Germany, and -3 for the French. So the U.S. 1's not going to do anything. We'll just get rid of that. Now, 5 for the U.S. 5 for Germany, -2 for the Commonwealth. -2 for the Commonwealth. It's going to take 3 points to get there, so it's not going to do anything. So let's activate the German one first. I think we'll do that first. Okay. -1 moving towards you and your ideology. So it's going to be 3 for the hex. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be 3 for the hex, -1, because we're moving towards Germany, so it's going to be 2. And this hex is also going to be 2. Okay, now, Chile is not allied with Germany. So the -3 French, France is way over here, right there. So it's going to drive a Chile marker in this direction. Okay, so we got -3. It's 2 for the hex, and +1, leaving a hex occupied by a major power that can control the minor. So it's going to be 3 points to get to this hex, and it's okay. It's going to be 3 points. Actually, it's too far away. 11. It's at 11, so I guess it does. It says something about 11 hexes is the furthest away that it can be controlled, so it will bump it out 1 more hex. Now Germany's aligned Romania. We'll put their marker on the German capital to denote that. And that's the end of the political phase. Okay. Japan's not too unhappy. They're basically 3 points away from getting Chile stacked with Japan. That's not a bad thing for the Japanese. So I've already rolled initiative, and I've already rolled the weather. So let's go take a look at what we got. Alright, we'll put the weather die over there so everybody can see. Alright, so the fascists rolled a 3. The Democrats rolled a 4. The Soviets rolled an 8. So the Soviets have decided they're going to go last. Now the fascists did beat the Democrats because they're at a 0. Democrats are at a -1. That's a tie. So I think in a tie, it's the major power that went first last time decides. They're going to go after the Democrats. Anyway, the Democrats actually want to go first. They wanted to go first in case the weather was good. They're going to go first. And Britain wants to get her ships out in the convoy lanes anyways. So the fascists will go second and the communists will go last. The weather roll was a 5, which is storm in the Arctic, rain in North Temperate, fair everywhere else. No die roll to the no modifier to the die roll for the next set of impulses, and the impulse marker moves up 2. Let's go take a look at reinforcements for November, December. All right. Turn mark is supposed to be over here. Okay. So we got an Italian pilot, an American pilot, Commonwealth pilot. I'm going to put those all on the track for now. Commonwealth, Italian, American. Those are all pilots. We have a Commonwealth militia, which is going in Rangoon. That's not going to do a whole lot of good. Let's go on the map. The communists are getting a garrison division. The Germans are getting a sub into the construction pool. Germans are getting a sub on the map. They have a few subs on the map now. They are getting a carrier air group. I think they have a carrier available for that, so they will expend a pilot. And that will go on that carrier, Peter Strasser. We have a Japanese tactical bomber, Ki-32. It's not bad. I think we're going to deploy that. So we use the Japanese pilot. That will go on map. We have a Italian sub going in the construction pool. Have a Commonwealth convoy point. Oh, Mao's back. Mao's going on the board. Good thing. We have 2 U.S. convoy points. We have a U.S. transport going in the construction pool. Carrier air group. We'll put that over there in the reserve pool for now. A Soviet 45mm anti-tank gun. We have a Siberian division, army rather. And we have, last but not least, a U.S. battleship. The USS Washington is going in the construction pool. Well, that's the end of the reinforcements. I'll get these on the map. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to run through the turn. If anything happens, then I'll stop. Like if the weather gets great and something can happen, I'll stop and record that. But if not, we'll probably pick up at production. See you in a second. So the turn lasted a total of 24 impulses. It ended on the fascist impulse, which moved the impulse ideology initiative marker for the Soviets 1 box to the left. They're now in the +1 box. So production. So we have the German. Okay, well before I go to that, I just want to note that almost every major power can gear up in 1940. And actually all of them can gear up in 1940. So spending got curtailed a little bit this turn. So the Germans produced 20. They started with 7 and they spent 4. They pulled a sub out of the construction pool and built an infantry corps. The Chinese produced 4, started with 3 and spent 2. An infantry division for the nationalists. And the U.S. produced 10, started with 8 and pulled a battleship out of the construction pool for a total of, I think that's 3. 3, spent 3. So I will get these units on the circle. Hopefully I can get this turn uploaded. Maybe tonight or tomorrow, sometime then. I will see you soon. Probably in a week or so I'll be doing another couple turns. So see you then. Thanks for watching.